Sales is a gateway drug to self improvement and bettering your life in every single possible way. Sounds crazy, and it sounds a little bit odd, but genuinely, sales and just business and picking up your, just making money online and just making money in general, I honestly believe is a gateway drug. And the reason I say this is because I don't just see this in me. I don't just see this in other people that I coach and I mentor. And I also don't just see this in all of my other friends, but I see this in everyone. When someone gets into the space of being able to make money, when someone actually gets into the stage of elevating their life, it just starts off as, I want to start this thing so I can make more money, so I can continue living my life, but I can live it better. Everyone that starts making money online, no one goes into it with the mindset that, what, I'm gonna fucking change my life. I'm gonna become a ripped, jacked six pack that can run 10 miles every single day. No one actually goes into it with that, right? Everyone wants to make money so they can fund their comfortable life and they've got more time to indulge in the things that they do. But as people get into sales and as people get into making money online, something shifts. Okay, it stops just being about making money. And it turns into being about becoming the best man that you possibly can. And it turns into more about like a mental battle and actually conquering yourself in all aspects of life, not just making money. When it comes down to, actually getting into the space of making money, like first it starts off with just, you want the money, but then now you want the fitness. Now you want the skills when it comes down to, being able to socialize. Okay, and now you want the combat skills. Now you want to be able to protect yourself. Now you want to be able to fight. It's one of those things where genuinely it's like a rabbit hole you stumble down, and it's like an underground, or it's not underground, but it's like one of those underground communities, right, where you stumble across it, you indulge into it, and your life just changes. And honestly, that is how I feel about sales and appointment setting, and honestly, what's got me here. No, genuinely, right, when I started making money, or when I first bought my first appointment setting course program 2, 3 years ago, if you'd have told me right now, I'd be in my office with my little business books behind me, with my little whiteboard behind me, with my little tree and my little light, I'd be like, what are you talking about? I just want to make money and, live my life. Like, would you mean I'm going to wake up every single morning at 6 a.m., go on a 3 mile run, train twice a day and sign myself up to a boxing fight? Like, I'd never do that. What are you talking about? If you'd have told me that I'd enter a journey to conquer my deepest, darkest mental demons, things that have been holding me back for so long. If you told me that I'd constantly every single day and try and put myself through pain in order to get better, I'd constantly every single day be trying to outperform myself. I'd be competing with other people and I'd try and elevate myself to a highest version of myself, I'd have told you you're crazy. But genuinely, that's how it goes when it comes down to sales and self-improvement. Like you start into it with, just the goal of making money. And the deeper you go into it, the harder you work, the more you find out, the more things you see, you realize, you know what? There's so much for me to achieve. And my whole life, I've only been operating at about 10% of what I can actually do. And even me right now, like I'm only at 40%. I genuinely believe that within 10, 20 years, the man I'm going to be is going to be insane. No ifs, no buts. The man I'm going to become, because there's no other alternative, is going to be insane. Okay. So sales is a gateway drug. And, I'm making this video to kind of warn you, like once you get started, I promise you, no matter what you think you're jumping into it for, it is going to tell you different things about yourself. And it's going to unlock different chapters and it's going to unlock different mental paradigms. And it's going to, shift you in so many ways where you're going to realize, wow, this is crazy.